Okay, guys. Well, we just got to dive right into it. So I'm going to get started. Act like we're about,
We're talking about
midway
Kanye.
through here. Yeah.
Talking about a conversation, a Kanye-sation, if you will.
Bam. All right.
What's up, everyone? It's the internet's busiest music dolphin garage. I'm bald and funny. I have bad takes on music. I can't continue this bit.
No, it's fine. Kanye is the only person who exists in this world where he can be late on a project, then not fulfill on that project, and then claim that he's actually going to triple down on that project by making a documentary. This whole Jesus is King debacle fucking just sucks. I mean, he originally was supposed to make Yandi, then he never actually released that. Then it became Jesus is King with a whole track listing, and he said, hey, everyone, it's going to be for sure out Friday at 8. And then it wasn't. And it's like, oh, well, Saturday, he's going to do a live performance of it at the Fox Theater in Detroit. Only he didn't. Or, I'm sorry, he did, but then it turns out that the track listing on that, as well as several of the verses, aren't going to be in the official album because he's still tweaking it again. Meaning, even though he got big reviews from his rabid fans, it probably wasn't the universal acclaim that he was hoping for. So he's now still tweaking it, and he has announced the Jesus is King documentary that is going to be made, which I can only imagine as some weird Apocalypse Now style film following a producer.
He's definitely fully... Yeah, no, they get to the fucking hut in the middle of the jungle, and it's just Colonel Kanye, who's gone totally fucking wild, crazy, like, yeah.
Also bald, also overweight.
Yeah, for sure. He's full Brando at this point, yeah.
Yeah. Man, is that... I do think that comparison could probably work. That, you know, like Kanye likes to view himself as like this like big, massive thought leader when he's quickly just becoming the musical version of Brando.
Yeah.
Like, people will still work with him because when he does work, it's good. But, man, there's a lot of...
And he's got the cachet to get people to go along with it, yeah.
Yeah, it's just that eventually that well runs dry. Although I would like to see Kanye star in the Isle of Dr. Moreau, but as the little person.
Oh wow, to tweak your metaphor just a little bit. I think Kanye as an Orson Welles figure would be interesting, mostly because I would love to see him drunkenly stumble through a sweet California wine advertisement. Or
I gotta bleach that
leafy
asshole.
Green penis.
I like that idea. Instead of Orson Welles slinging for wine and other potted meats, you just have Kanye West doing some shitty, dark tan service package promo.
I would love to see Kanye reject an Oscar.
Oh shit, that'd be such a Kanye thing to do.
There's no way he would do that. There's literally no way. He would have to know that he would be getting a second Oscar if he was going to be rejecting the first.
And he rejects the second Oscar.
Whoa, so brave,
Classic
so bold.
Kanye.
I mean, literally, Brando did reject an Oscar. I mean, he didn't technically reject it. He had a woman from a Native American nation go up and accept the Oscar on his behalf to bring light to the issues that were going on.
Marlon Brando was the first SJW.
Hell yeah. You heard it here first, folks.
I mean, yeah, apparently Robert De Niro is an SJW for saying fuck Fox News, which is weird.
What a hot
and of
take.
course the Red Scare chicks have to weigh in on it and be like, oh man, he's not even that good an actor. So of course he's become some SJW woke scold. Like,
I hate that term so fucking much. It's so corny.
Yeah.
To take a line out of the best movie ever, stop trying to make woke scold happen. It's not going to happen. And that movie, of course, is Godfather 3.
Psychic Dolphin Garage.
Hey everyone, welcome to another episode of Psychic Dolphin Garage. We appreciate you joining us and hope your day or evening or whatever
We did this
has been going well.
We did this bit. Hilton, go home, you're drunk.
No, it's literally part of the script. I'm one of your co-hosts, Kelton. You can find me on Twitter at SexConfetti. Joining me today is my good buddy Zach. How you doing?
I'm doing fantastic. I'm ready to rock and roll. And we also have Bo with us. Bo, are you ready to rock and roll?
Oh, I'm ready to do it to him. Simple as.
Ready to.
Are you ready to rock and roll all night and party every day?
Okay, I can rock and roll all night. I don't know if I can party every day.
We went over this, Bo. There's no way that we're going to get to 100 iTunes reviews.
I want to rock and roll all night and party every day. I just don't think I have it in me.
All right, there's 3 of us so that we can take 8-hour shifts.
It's like all the old union pamphlets, 8 hours for party, 8 hours for rock and roll, 8 hours for what you will. Or the 21st century version of that, 8 hours for party, 8 hours for rock. In the house tonight is the third of that. Okay.
No.
I
No.
tripped on my own dick there. Anyway, my point is
8 hours for cocaine rock, 8 hours
Yes.
for Molly roll, 8 hours for what you will.
Truly, this is the society that we all are marching towards.
Like Kelton
Yes.
was saying, we are marching towards 100 iTunes reviews.
Way
We
to bring
are
it
going
back.
to do a giveaway. I think we're going to try to get some t-shirts. I'm not 100% on that, but we want to get
T-shirts, mugs.
mugs, something. We're going to have something for y'all.
You know what would be incredibly on brand is if we made custom keyboard caps.
Oh fuck yes,
That would be-
that'd be so cool.
I absolutely could do that.
I mean, I also don't know the financial feasibility into our our freely available podcast that then we, I guess, technically lose money on every day. But it again, cheaper than therapy, so we'll be fine. Right, guys? We're gonna be fine. We're gonna hang through this.
Sorry,
Well,
I was,
no,
I was
believe me,
taking
right?
a big pull off of my beer as you were saying that, so I don't have an answer. I don't have an answer to those things,
Memories
in
of
fact.
growing up. Yeah. Well, needless to say, though, we will be doing something when we hit 100 iTunes reviews. So in the meantime, you guys should hang out with us on the Discord because there's always fun shit happening there. Every channel is slightly active in its own way, but the sports channel is really popping off. Shout out to all the people who showed up and hung out with us on Wednesday night for the Sports Twitch show. That was really cool.
Yeah, turns out people like sports. I mean, I don't
Yeah.
get it. I think it's a sickening hobby, but by all means, fly your freak flag.
Yeah, you woke scold. How could you? But if y'all want to follow us on social media, please do that at Dolphin Garage on Twitter and Instagram. We crossed 2K on Twitter. That is dope. We
That's always
appreciate everyone
cool.
following us back. And we are marching towards 1K, which will be nice. We'll also need to figure out what to do when we hit 66 on Instagram. Probably, I don't know. Make Bo do some horrifying mental
The
work
numbers,
all over
the
again.
numbers going up makes my brain chemicals do the good. So I mean, really, anything works at this point.
Yeah, when we hit 666, we will live stream The Irishman. How about that? Yeah, you can find us also on Twitch at Psychic Dolphin Garage. Big news on that, though. We are Twitch affiliates. So we finally...
Yay.
Yeah,
do
that
the-
means we're something,
I'm gonna
right?
edit in the
Zach?
fucking headshot noise from Halo. Really cement our gamer cred.
Yeah, we're making it on Twitch. You know, I'm excited because that means then we can try and become a Twitch partner. So that way then we can go to
totally sell
TwitchCon
out.
and
Yes.
yeah, so that way then we can go to TwitchCon and then we can be the ones getting roofied by the staff who are serving the free beer there.
Yeah, that was. Did you see the picture of like the way they had that set up? It was just
Oh
like,
my God, so
open
many
containers all across the fucking table. So all I can think is like, of course that's dangerous and stupid, but on top of that, they were too cheap to hire like a basic like bartending catering gig thing. Like, holy shit, TwitchCon, get it the fuck together.
Just buy coolers and then give people
Yeah,
cans.
buy a fucking kegerator. Like, or that.
God
yeah.
forbid you get a marketing branded koozie that says TwitchCon on
Can you
it
imagine?
and you hand it
yeah,
out.
exactly. And that's not even getting into all the other issues, but we got plenty of time to, I think of a lot of people. I am more than qualified to talk about abuse of alcohol, but that is a Topic for another time.
Yeah. So, needless to say, we also have been getting some requests from people talking about the idea of, oh, well, do you guys have a Patreon? Oh, you guys should start up a Patreon. It's kind of like when I was younger and my parents were asking me if I was dating anyone and thinking about having kids. But we know that y'all mean well, and honestly, it would be nice to cover the cost of website hosting, podcast hosting, get faster internet for streaming, or I can start working on getting a computer that doesn't die every 5 minutes. Zach can get a mixer, so that way then we can all get mixers that Zach has.
Fuck you! I'm buying a Lamborghini.
Yeah. So needless to say, I mean, I'm thinking that like the idea of a Patreon.
Carlton, acknowledge me.
What do you need acknowledgement on?
I'm just being a goofball.
No, it's okay. It's okay.
Kelton is ready to validate anything that you need validated.
He is so ready to go to bat for us making money, and I am so ready to take the gas out of it. I'm so sorry. God bless you, baby.
It's okay. I'm thinking that because of our weird idioticness, we could do Patreon tiers because everyone seems to be doing that. Thinking about a 420 tier. Because, it's that number. Special
That's
number.
Funny.
Yeah, a 666 tier. Because why not? A $10 tier. Just incremental change.
Nice round number.
Up the way. Yeah. And then a $15 living wage tier, I think.
As of like 2008 or whenever that campaign started.
Yes. Okay. Sorry. I will adjust that.
No.
$15 is the 2006 living wage.
Oh, there we
go. Then a 1917 tier because I still laugh at that joke you made like 6 episodes ago.
That's the gamer number. Yeah.
Yeah, and then finally a 69 tier because again. We're adults.
That's when we get the guys from Ninja Sex Party on the pod.
Professional broadcasting.
I'm going to radicalize me a fucking game grump if it's the last thing I do. All right?
That's when we start messaging Hassan every day. Like, hey, Hassan, hey, we have a podcast? Hey, Hassan?
And needless to say, as we...
full reply guy?
Yeah.
All of this is completely ethereal. We haven't laid any of the actual infrastructure out on it, but I figure that you people are... obligated to know, at least on the operation sides of things, what we are thinking about. So if you think that that's a good idea worth pursuing, let us know. If you think that it's annoying, please let us know. But we do enjoy pushing out this show to you, and we would love to add on like a legitimate bonus episode for Patreon people, as well as just let us be able to break up the show into what happened in the news over the first 3 or 4 days and then over the last half of the week. So just let us know. We'll probably try and do that once we get to like somewhere between 50 and 100, like $75 a month in revenue. That's when we can probably start promising people arbitrary things, right?
I'm buying a PlayStation 4 every month so I can play Bloodborne on it, and it'll be a new experience every time.
With his own money. He's just gonna do that just for the podcast, though.
Yeah.
No, fuck the podcast. I'm quitting.
It really just feels so weird to me to be like, yeah, I mean, we do need some money and assistance and a way to help us not burn out and also not really give up the good fight. But then I see people like Cory Booker who are basically using literally all of my talking points this week, and I feel so mad and so disappointed with myself because he's just talking about how he needs $1.7 million to keep his campaign running, and then sure enough, he reaches those thresholds.
It's you got to shoot for the stars, really. Shoot for the stars, and you'll end up getting a show on fucking, I don't know.
And by the stars, we mean BB Bledis. We're going to end up with the stars. Stars
That's
of
right.
the Means TV show, Left Trigger.
Means TV sports show. Come on.
Oh, shit. That's the tie-in right there, boys.
Oh, there you go.
Yep.
Yeah. I mean, like, come on, Means TV. Like, we all know that you guys have a soft spot for liquid flannel, but consider the Bayou Boys over here. All right, we're just saying, like, we have feelings too. Do we not bleed? Do we not have a soul?
Do we not drink our lean?
Look, if we
I'm stealing Houston Valor by saying that, by the way.
if we get money coming in and you guys are subscribing to bonus episodes, an interesting idea I would love to do would get one of those 360 degree cameras and like take people out to dinner and do like YouTube videos of us eating dinner with someone and talking over the table.
You just are trying to blatantly rip off Cold Pizza Party's cooking episode, which is very good. Everyone should check out Cold Pizza Party. They're going to do a collab with Minion Death Cult soon discussing Forrest Gump. It is awesome.
I can't wait for that. That's going to be just... I fucking hate that movie.
I'm just ripping off of all of food YouTube, basically.
I was going to say, yeah, that does sound like some bullshit where, like, I don't know, some YouTuber does that and eats, like, $500 meals, but also has 3 billion subscribers. I don't fucking know.
Listen, Zach, if you were willing to work with me on getting a sports Twitch show set up, I will be completely down to helping fund through Patreon, of course. So me not actually funding, but getting
all you good
board,
people giving us your money to do stupid shit.
So that way, then Zach can have a 360-degree Food Network show. It's like Anthony Bourdain with probably the same inevitable ending. So.
Can we get an F in the chat, please?
Yeah. It is just one of those things about wondering, well, what are we gonna do with this weird existential sense of dread that happens and this dirtiness that climbs across all of our souls, just looking and seeing what's happening every day, every hour, every minute, every second. And so having these fun little escapes and the ability to then make projects for y'all that we think would be fun little escapes is worth it. But obviously, if we're not particularly in your flavor or anything else, just even words of encouragement would mean a lot to us. Or, calling us slurs also. Getting us mad also inspires us. So
I've never gotten mad in my life. Try it.
Okay. I mean, like, I honestly don't think PBR is that much worse than any regular craft beer.
Correct.
Okay.
That's
God damn it.
opinion
There
to
was
have.
my bait.
Nickelback is a good band.
I mean,
the Mountain Goats would be honored to go on tour with Nickelback.
All right, now you're testing it, buddy.
If the Mountain Goats were opening for Nickelback, I would still go to see Nickelback.
And I would arrive late, having missed the Mountain Goats by choice. In fact, I would park there early and hang out in the lobby
just twiddle
while
your
Mountain
fucking
Goats
thumbs.
played.
Yeah, okay, I get the fucking picture. Fine. Slurs.
Yeah.
I sleep. The Mountain Goats being shit talked. Huh?
If you spilled a beer, it wouldn't be a party foul. We're actually worried about you, Bo, and we would recommend that you don't get another one.
Well, about that.
Try and have these interventions, and they always fail, and they always last about an hour and a half long, and so we turn them into
weekly,
episodes.
The timing just couldn't be more perfect.
It's a wonderful thing that we live in. Did y'all see the NBC News report, by the way, talking about how Texas Republicans have found a crafty way to keep Democrats down in Texas?
Ye fucking haw. I mean,
yeah.
I'm not surprised that they're kind of going for a third party thing. It honestly seems like a little bit behind the eight ball. That nobody's. It's like, for instance, in a fucking game of Risk, if like just the entirety of a continent had been left open and everybody was like, nah, we're just gonna fucking leave it, But Kelton, why don't you explain kind of more what the strat is here?
So basically, they want to reduce the threshold for third parties to get on the ballot, which sounds good in the sense that it's ridiculous how much they raised the threshold on non-Republican and non-Democratic candidates to get on the ballot in the majority of states. So that issue aside, they have co-opted it into then trying to design it in a way that would siphon votes from Democratic candidates and then therefore boost the prospects of various Republicans in contests throughout the state, especially ones where there's going to be a razor-thin margin of error. Essentially trying to utilize the whole, Green Party or, libertarian-ish will be easier to vote for even on races that aren't national or even statewide.
Well, so that's the thing, though. You say libertarian-ish. I think that's a real generous appraisal of what's going to occur in this kind of system, especially within Texas.
Oh, yeah. I mean, they're basically trying to fight tooth and nail to just retain their power, which I think is really interesting because, I mean, like, it's all well and good to just be rigging. Blatant corruption like this is something that, you can at least fight head on, and you can fight against gerrymandering and all that stuff. But did y'all see that, what was it that they held? The DEF CON voting village?
The hackathon to, yeah.
Yeah, they did a testing on voting machines, and they still had the same decades-old vulnerabilities. Like, every year they say, okay, these are the 9 or 10 problems with it. They need to get fixed. And then it goes, okay, we'll create a patch and we'll try and fix it. And then it just never happens.
Yep.
I mean, one of the machines that they tested was a thing called the AutoMark. It's used in 28 states in 2018. And then another one called AccuVote was used in 26 states in the same year. And they just immediately ripped through it like tissue paper with a toddler on a 4th-year birthday.
Do that every year at hackathon. And I think there's one called DEF CON.
Yeah, this is specifically DEF CON. Yeah. It's the same problems over and over and over again. Almost like maybe they knew and they know that these problems exist, but they don't care enough to fix it because it's actually beneficial to them to have these problems.
I don't know,
Main reason
man.
being...
You're starting to sound like that Epstein thing might not have been all on the up and up either.
Surely there's, technology is hard. Sometimes cameras go out. Sometimes voting machines give you the wrong results on accident.
Sometimes if the right candidate, quote unquote, wins, then you can challenge it by mentioning the fact that your machines are vulnerable and demand a recount, which may sporadically then give a different result. It's good times. Let's not forget that Georgia got absolutely rat-fucked in the 2018 election.
Let's also not forget that, Maine went, all 55 Maine counties voted for Bernie, but the superdelegates gave it to Hillary instead.
Was it Maine or West Virginia?
West Virginia, sorry, not Maine.
Mountain Mama, country roads, Bernie Bros.
Well, if there's anything I know from Fallout 76, it's that nothing in West Virginia works well. So, yeah.
Hey yo!
I don't know how you get mold inside of a mold.
How am I expected to carry the mold and helmets hot take here?
Yeah, no, I don't know how you do that. I also don't understand how Cory Booker keeps hitting his fundraising goals.
I mean, honestly, I don't mean to circle it all the way through here, but Cory Booker really is gaining, not polling momentum because I think is everyone's third choice, but he's slowly forming a likability caucus that people will, even though they may not vote for him, they'll donate to him, and so he'll still keep on reaching the basic requirement thresholds. And so, as long as he keeps on doing the whole non-offensive zinger, he's the Big Bang Theory, I guess, of candidates, if that makes sense.
No, I wouldn't even put that on him. I'd say Cory Booker's he's like the Bob's Burgers almost. It's he's not great, but he's not particularly offensive. Like Biden, I would say, is the Big Bang Theory. It's like no one knows why he's around. Only fucking boomers like him. You know, it's...
And that somehow is worth over $1 billion.
Yeah, exactly. I can't wait till we get young Biden rolling into our fucking TVs for too long.
You mean Hunter Biden?
Is that the cocaine one or the dead one?
That's the soon-to-be dead in a Ukrainian prison one. So,
Yikes.
yeah.
Yeah.
It really is weird that people are like, man, Hunter Biden was the CEO of or on the board of directors of a company, and it's all bad. And it's like, well, I mean, there's the obvious parallel with you-know-who. I know we made an objective decision not to talk about that particular storyline right now, but it just further ties into my theory that, board of directors and CEOs are just awful monster people all the way through. Or, I mean, at least most of them. Like, the CEO of Kickstarter is like, I am going to go now on the record, on wax, and say that unions suck. And I would rather be dead than let my staff unionize. And then Oprah is talking to Bob Iger, CEO of Disney, and she's like, you should run for president. I want you as president. Thinking...
Elon Musk is getting like taken to court over his union busting. Kickstarter is also union busting, but we're not talking about that. We're talking about Ukraine.
Yeah, that's right. And so again, like, we are trying to avoid something that is dominating a lot of news headlines, but will ultimately probably not result in anything. Now watch, in the day between us recording this and then it comes out, in that 24-hour window, like, Hunter Biden will have Epsteined himself,
I'm still waiting on the crossover, the ascended centrist crossover piss tape where it's Biden and Trump pissing on each other in a Ukrainian hotel. It was a Russian hotel, but they just fucking like went in like Adobe Premiere and changed all the flags.
No.
Also, seedy hotel rooms definitely known for just being very patriotic.
Or it was originally a Ukrainian hotel, but then Russia claimed Ukraine as part of Russia again.
Yeah, there you
go.
Yeah.
Now no one wants to fight back on that front.
Mm-hmm.
Yikes!
It's real bad, But on the plus side, we can now trust the new line of Snapchat journalists to be hot on the case, right, guys?
Snapchat journalists.
That was a good pun. Fuck you, Kelton. That was so good. Fuck off.
Journalism is now people documenting things and having takes about it on Twitter.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what Snapchat is all about. You can only say 140 characters though, and then your video cuts off.
You really got to make it matter, yeah.
Make it matter, yes, right, of course. Not shitpost into the void and call yourself a journalist. I really feel like, we gave BuzzFeed News the benefit of the doubt because then they hired a shitload of real journalists from respected publications and brought them in. And then Snapchat was like, oh, well, BuzzFeed can be a news source, so we'll do that. Only they then didn't hire any journalists. They just hired a whole bunch of influencers.
Like a bunch of, ex-Vine people.
Yeah. I mean, I was about to go on another tangent just completely shitting on it as an ethereal concept, but then I realized that we could probably, with the right amount of pushing and the right amount of fan backing, totally become Snapchat journalists. Hey, welcome everybody to the Psychic Dolphin Garage News.
Yeah,
just
news.
Wearing snapbacks and 3 polo shirts on with a tie-dye lanyard around our neck saying press on it. But it's instead of actually like a press corps style badge, it's like a workout press logo.
Yeah, there's just a bad WikiHow diagram of a dude doing a press, and it's like, no, these count, bro. These totally count. Yeah.
Oh my god, that would actually be okay. Yeah, well,
that's how we're sneaking into the fucking Democrat convention or whatever in Houston.
We're just gonna dress up.
Yeah,
have the
bro,
fedoras.
we're with the press. What's up? And then we just start working out right there in front of him, and it's a really mediocre fucking not Eric Andre even, but like sub Eric Andre bit. It's like
2 laps and 3 push-ups, and then they'll realize that I am a complete and total fraud. So it's not going to be good. But I mean, like, it is what we can rely on right now. Especially since Kik has been shut down, and so I mean, like, I'm very sad because like Backpage went and then Kik went, and now I don't have any idea how I can talk to spam bot sex workers anymore.
Kik was good because they had secure messaging.
You hear that? WhatsApp?
End-to-end encryption. I'm pretty sure they also had it. The WhatsApp and Kik had it, but I guess Kik just got killed by WhatsApp, honestly.
Well, yeah, I mean, also, the reputation for Kik. No one who has a Kik and then tells you wants to have a normal conversation on Kik with you.
You were getting pictures not of their butthole, but from within their butthole within the hour.
Probably not even theirs is the biggest red flag among that.
Oh no, it's less of a flag, more of a rose.
Yeah. Why it says Volume 4 on it, you don't know.
No, I really love because I had not heard about this before we started discussing it for the episode, which I guess goes to show where Kik is at in general.
Yeah.
But so it says Kik Interactive announced late Monday it's shuttering the Messenger app, cutting its staff from over 100 people to just 19. The company will focus its remaining resources entirely on growing its cryptocurrency, Kin, the subject of a recent SEC lawsuit.
Hell yes.
Holy fucking shit. What a dumb genius fucking tech idiot move. I love it.
I'm just staring at the DSA red rose, like reconsidering everything that I had previously thought about the DSA.
That's the alternate version for people who are like kind of lefty, but like, they like don't know what to do specifically, and they still have some hope at the same time. So they fucking it's the horny DSA. It's the goatsy DSA. I don't know. I don't have a nice little bow to put on this. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, we'll figure it out. I'm sure we'll make a T-shirt somehow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Man, oh god, what a way to be canceled. We would probably attract so many alt-right people to buy those shirts.
Oh god.
It's the DSA rose from above, but with hands, like the
Don't
DSA goatsy.
Don't forget
The hands
ring.
aren't shaking. The hands aren't shaking.
Worst case is that they're not even straight parallel. Like one is slightly up, the other one's slightly down, but a little bit more than it should be. Ah, man, it just gives that sense of authenticity to it. But surprisingly, though, that app logo that we've made for ourselves won't be allowed on TikTok. Like, I don't know why TikTok has decided that LGBT content is apparently a no-go, but they are starting to just outright ban pro-LGBT content, even in countries where LGBT stuff, sexuality, identity, livelihoods,
Anything
the whole
positive
community.
to LGBT folks?
Yeah, it just really gets kicked to the curb.
Yeah, like
Kick with
goatsy.
K-I-K.
Goatsy.
Shut
Damn.
Yeah. No, it really is just. It's really interesting to see big corporations try to cover their ass in advance, and by doing so, show their ass at the same time. I think.
Well, yeah, I mean, like in the attempt to cover your ass, you post hog. So it's the way it goes.
Precisely. It's like a Looney Tunes thing
duality
where
of
you just
man.
uncovering one covers the other, and so on and so forth. I don't know why I decided that was a Zizek thing. But yeah, so the example, the article we're going off sites is in Turkey, where depictions of alcohol consumption not illegal in Turkey. There's one statues of non-Islamic gods, which is a weirdly specific one too. Intimate activities such as holding hands, touching, kissing between homosexual lovers were censored, as were reports of homosexual groups, including news, characters, music, TV shows, blah blah blah.
Blah 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 blah.
One of the
Blah,
more
blah, blah,
strict
blah, blah.
guidelines: lengthy depictions of sanitary pads. Yummy.
Hot.
Yep.
That sexualization of sanitary pads.
Yeah, nothing hotter than like the fucking Tampax commercial where it's just like a lady playing tennis. Ooh, yeah. That really, that probably is somebody's thing, too. Like not even like menstruation, but like specifically shitty tampon ads. Like,
Someone wrote that shitty tampon ad, and that was like their breakout thing.
yeah. That's how they started their career. Jesus. Yeah, no, this is really funny though. I mean, it sucks, but also it's funny. Well, that's the entire podcast. That's the whole fucking. That's everything we've ever talked about.
It sucks, but guess what, everyone? It's A-okay.
Yeah.
I don't know. I
We're now
don't
against
enjoy when
globalization because of this.
Yeah, we're trapped
Companies
now.
that
Yeah.
companies that
Because of
operate in other
TikTok.
countries and try to operate within their laws, bad.
very
Yeah,
bad.
Absolutely.
It's awful.
Which, speaking of, I do find it interesting. This Guardian article we're looking at specifies that it's Chinese owned. The TikTok is. So like it's like, all right, Guardian, I see what you're trying to fucking pull here.
How dare the Chinese? How dare the Chinese listen to the local people that want something from the services that they use every day?
Well, I don't think that's the thing they do.
all of
even.
these
Like, it's-
Beijing, all of that
these Beijing
coverage of the
coastal
Beijing
elites who don't
protests.
listen to the people. Yeah.
Yeah, you've been China pilled, Zach. That's what's happened.
Hey, I want to kill my landlord. Does that count? No. I really, I think that, we've already discussed how this is really fucking just egg on their face, in terms of, hey, like, let's take, like, our stereotype of a country and, like, adjust the local moderation, to suit that. Meanwhile, every fucking American TikTok I see is like a cop lip syncing to some fucking 2007, middle school emo band, and that's not banned. Like, I still have to sit through that shit. TikTok, get it together, all right?
Honestly,
I'm so sick of cops acting like they're the fucking good guys because their fucking spouse left them for the 5th time this month.
Well, it's either that or it's high school students inadvertently stumbling backwards into promoting the idea of a general strike for climate change.
Oh well,
So,
yeah, that is one upside. Yeah,
well, I mean, those are the two videos, basically.
yeah, the two genres of TikTok.
It's okay. It is a weird sense of what the culture is, because I do wonder what sort of news TikTok may get if it was a completely American company.
Everything's great.
Well, I mean, like, American companies in general seem to just be getting all of these love stories written about them, like that CEO who cut his salary to $70,000 so that way then he could pay his employees $70,000 for the whole company.
Yep.
mean,
Like,
it's still not a worker co-op, but
no, but it's just ridiculous to me because everyone's fawning over like how brilliant it is that he's paying these workers who they aren't laborers by any means. These are skilled workers who definitely should deserve a living wage. Everyone deserves a living wage.
Of course.
But like, it's not even a contested issue that these people should be paid well. Like, no one in any political sector would say these people should be earning $30,000 a year or whatever it would be. Or these are the people that need to be on food stamps, know. And so it's a very non-political thing. And then he goes, oh, well, I mean, I am paying my company or having my company pay my employees $70,000. And then one of those years, in order to make it work, I realized I needed to cut my salary from $1 million to $70,000. the same as the rest of them.
Well, it was real hard to think those big thoughts about making a big old company, man, and then going down and filing the paperwork for it. So, 1 million.
And don't forget having the
smackaroos.
capital that started up in the first place. Come on now.
Yeah. It was really
that's
hard
the-
to
yeah,
be
of
born
course.
with the right family, with the right amount of capital available, and the right education. The
It
opportunities.
all goes back to some grandfather who bought 19 acres of land that became incredibly valuable for minerals.
Or ran a millinery that fucking got away with locking its employees inside in the early 1900s because there were no labor protections.
What we need a
know,
lot
But they're
more
woke
of.
now, so it's okay.
Yeah. No, honestly, this is good. I love to
No,
shit
of
on this kind
course
of thing.
it's
This
good.
is great. But also,
it-
the fact that this is the standout story, I think, is really it cannot be emphasized how much that this not being the norm fucking sucks.
Yeah, it's almost like eliminating fiscal hierarchies in the workplace and choosing to democratize it would be a good thing?
Yeah. Oh, and that's the
Weird.
thing too. Not even necessarily good from our our fucking soy boy SJW communist perspective, but fucking in terms of the company itself, their fucking customer retention rate rose from 91 to 95%. Fucking they stuck through the 2008 financial crisis. Fucking clearly with this this equality kind of thing, fucking turns out that's good. Who would have figured?
Because these people didn't have a financial insecurity, they were able to remain productive workers.
That's wild.
Interesting. Excuse me, real quick. I'm gonna go overthrow the McDonald's right by my house.
Absolutely.
I just want to say that I think the Bible story of Ishmael and Isaac is actually a story about our ancestors who raped their slaves, and then we just ignored all of those children that they had, and through the generations, they've been raised with fewer opportunities than the legitimate heirs of our ancestors, and so at some point, the illegitimate heirs will rise up and overthrow the blessed ones.
Yeah, class warfare is so last century. It's all about caste warfare now.
So what you're saying is, if I beat the shit out of my stepbrother for taking my Dreamcast, in the eyes of God, I'm totally groovy?
Oh yeah, no, I mean absolutely.
Because I've never heard of this Bible story before, and I'm Googling it now, and I'm like, yeah, this seems more or less what's going on here.
Well, I mean, I hate to break it to you, Bo. I don't want you to jump ahead, but spoiler alert: this whole God thing isn't real. Because if there was a God, that Officer Amber Guyger wouldn't have murdered Botham Jean in Dallas, Texas.
Yeah.
So
If there was a God, she'd be charged with capital murder, not first-degree manslaughter.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. So to give a little bit of backstory here, an officer, Amber Guyger, was getting off of her shift, went to her apartment complex, then went through the complex to what she thought was her apartment, heard some noises coming from her apartment, opened the door, saw a guy in what she thought, quote unquote, was her apartment, and then shot him several times and killed him. That man's name was Botham Jean. And sorry if I'm mispronouncing that, but I've read it. I don't like watching videos of it because it's truly horrific. In the courtroom, she said that seeing a man in her apartment was the scariest thing she could possibly imagine. Credit to the prosecutor. I never thought I would say those words. But the prosecutor then asked her, well, is that the scariest thing you can imagine? What about if you were in your home and a police officer opened the door and then immediately started shooting you? Wouldn't that be scarier? And then, of course, she said yes. She even now has so little self-awareness. And the fact that, as Zach mentioned, she's only being charged for first-degree manslaughter instead of outright capital murder in Texas, where we have the death penalty. This is what it's for. It's insanity to me. The death penalty should only be used on horny cops. Now, the only reason I'm saying horny cops is because, according to court records, on record, she was sending horny Snapchat messages to her partner 30 minutes before she ended up killing an innocent man. She even held a 16-minute phone call with him, which, God, can you imagine how just sick having two horny cops talking to each other would be? Yeah, it's ridiculous.
Like pigs in heat. Yeah.
Yeah, and so
I'm gonna turn us into pigs in blankets.
you know that they probably made that, and you know if you search DeviantArt, I'm willing to bet that there probably is something.
Ugh.
Well, let's not.
Let's let sleeping links lie. I think.
So the only thing though that I really can glean out of this atrocity, because even if she gets the full punishment, it's nowhere near any sense of real justice, and it doesn't seem like there could even be a civil suit lodged against her in any way because of how ridiculous police unions work, especially in Texas, especially in the Dallas area. So the only thing that I think that we could probably be pushing for, and this is going to sound ridiculous,
of the police, of course, yeah.
Yes, absolutely. And maybe we can start with stopping the idea of having these fucking ridiculous procedural shows happen time and time again.
Yeah.
NCIS or CSI or Chicago PD,
just
Blue
propaganda
Blood.
bullshit, yeah. Because,
Yeah,
I mean, you know, like I was saying a second ago, you know, the best ones are the dipshits on TikToks. The worst ones are not even... I mean, you know, like, she's a monster for sure, but, like, she's not the worst because she got caught, you know?
Yeah.
So...
Oh, yeah. I mean, she got scared and then she killed a guy.
Yeah.
Murdered a man. Not, she is racist, even though she probably is.
Yeah, but she very probably is racist. But that's, you know...
But
not
then, you know,
quantifiable,
like,
at least
killed a
here,
guy
yeah.
while on patrol and then found a way to
Covered
plausible
up,
deniability.
or has like a, you know, record of you know, pulling, you know, people over in fucking low income communities. You know, there's a million other kinds of worse cops.
Because those get automatically deleted after 60 days. But,
yeah,
you know, whatever.
But exactly. So, but that's never what those shows are about. Those shows are about embattled, conflicted officers who have to make tough choices to save the good people.
Did you see the promo for Stumptown?
Yes, and I'm really disappointed that it's not a thing about a community of really hot lumberjacks. But that's a whole other fucking whole other fucking
1,000
episode.
times better.
A peek into into behind the wheels.
I'm just saying, it's called Stumptown. You'd expect there to be some fucking stumps. Anyway,
bro, fucking stump me.
I think the thing with questioning her about what the scariest thing she could imagine was, and she replied, being alone there with someone who had shot, was that they found that she had failed to try to save Botham's life adequately. She'd failed to, like, even do the basic, like, staunch the wound, comfort the guy, give him some compressions.
Yeah.
Say,
well, of course not,
I'm sorry.
Because she's the good guy.
Because
she's the good guy in this situation, in her head. Because of propaganda like this shit, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cops should not be allowed to communicate with each other. They should be...
For people unaware, Stumptown is a ridiculous show in which there's a cop who plays by her own set of rules and goes around just beating people and assaulting people, but she's on the case, so it's A-OK. Coming to you from ABC, the Disney Corporation, a.k.a. future President Bob Iger's brainchild.
God. I mean, that's the thing. Like, returning to the fucking Big Bang Theory fucking example earlier, like, this is going to be somebody's favorite show, and there's nothing we can do about that. You know?
Yeah.
Other than just piss and moan about it on our podcast. But, you know, fucking... I don't know.
We'll find a way.
Her judgment was signed and sealed when she was pulled out of the squad car by a Dallas Police Union official while the investigation on site was ongoing. Like, we don't pretend like like there aren't people in places of power that have already determined what's going to happen here. That's why it's first degree manslaughter. She'll get, she won't get time. She might get some time in like county jail so they can keep her separate or something. She's not going to get like a full-on prison sentence that she deserves for murdering a man. She probably won't go back into policing because of how big this case has become, but I mean, it's not going to stop her from, being able to work in the future.
Yeah, I mean, cops have done worse and continued working just fine. I think really the worst thing she's done here, in their minds at least, is, fucking breaking rank and owning up to it. Yeah. So, whatever.
Always a good time.
Whatever.
Right?
Yeah, the DPD is shrinking because, fucking... At least in my mind, I hope that the reason behind it is the good people of Dallas, as few and far between as they may be, have the fucking common sense not to become cops. I'm hoping that's what that is, at least.
Yeah, well, that's why we can get all the racist ones from Arizona imported in, right?
Yeah. Oh, boy.
It's literally a lose-lose. Like, if you try and fight the system through not actually going into it, you will end up getting worse people from out of state who don't know the community.
Yeah, and don't care to either. They're
Yeah,
they're there to play
you,
cowboy. Yeah.
Yeah, and then if you do decide to try and reform the system from within, you will literally get at best outvoted, and at worst you will become brainwashed into the system.
Thin blue line, baby, yeah.
Yeah, it's not fucking Brooklyn Nine-Nine all the time, everyone.
Yeah. Which
show
Brooklyn
up in
Nine-Nine,
town.
also very good, funny, cute show. It's tainted. Sorry. By virtue of existing in the same world where all this other garbage exists.
They know that to just not show any real police work.
Yeah,
really.
Exactly. They're like you could totally have the show be about like fun independent detectives instead, and it would be totally the same.
A detective agency almost.
Yeah, because it's not fucking fucking Terry Crews stopping frisking some fucking teens in the middle of a park for no reason.
Yeah, they even have an episode where he gets stopped and frisked.
Wow.
They're trying to be like, see, look,
see, we're
yeah,
woke, and you very well may be. Wow, I words real good. You very well may be Brooklyn Nine-Nine, but fucking I don't know, just be a different show, I guess.
Wokeland Nine-Nine, more like Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
Oh, you shut your actual fucking mouth. How could you?
I can't wait until I can't wait until Kyrie Irving and Kevin Durant inevitably do a guest spot on Brooklyn Nine-Nine since they joined the Nets.
Love those Nets,
kill
baby.
Me. Yeah. That's Bo's official team
Love
in the
those
NBA
Nets.
this year. Well, I guess we do need to focus on like the positive things that exist in
I
this
know a
world.
place you can get a slice of pie for a dime.
In Brooklyn?
I'm sorry, I can cut all this out.
In Brooklyn, you know where to get a slice for
My
a dime?
father worked 30 years building this company. And you just want to walk in here saying, I'm walking here.
It's amazing to think of like how many people from New York and Chicago sound the same. Like they're Boston rejects.
No, the secret to that character is you just do Dr. Girlfriend and then you fucking like make her sound like an idiot. That's the whole character.
Yeah. Nice. Okay.
I'm sorry.
I
cut you off
no,
in that very
no
good transition you were doing.
Well, in these times, though, it's important to focus on not just the cutesy little shows that can distract us, even if they are problematic to the core. It's to focus on positive stories. And believe us, we try and find some truly positive stories or something uplifting or just a way to not permanently darken our souls, and most of the time we absolutely fail and darkness succumbs us, but not this week.
Damn, that's goth.
Yeah I mean, like my nail polish is starting to come off as I
as it should
get more.
as it should.
Yeah,
Gotta have those
so
chips.
the thing that I stumbled across was something that Zach actually brought to my attention, and that was a gentleman named Crazy Legs. Zach, do you want to talk to us a little bit about who Crazy Legs is?
Oh, it's a post on Facebook. It's a fundraiser for this gentleman who has 2 prosthetic legs, and it's very late stage capitalism. He is mowing lawns, doing like washing cars to raise money to replace his legs because he can't afford new ones. And his GoFundMe is for like $30,000. That's his goal. I think he's at around 11,000 right now. And I saw it, and I mean, there is never a better case for why we need Medicare for all. But there's also, no better time than to send him $5 and tell him that we should eat the rich.
Yeah.
He again, the guy seems to be a real worker. Don't know what his politics are or anything else like that. But honestly,
anyone who busts ass and isn't like a shithead, I mean, they're good in my book.
Yeah, a double amputee who mows lawns, washes cars, cleans houses, does just everything that he can. It seems like to scrape by. I mean, he's doing all that he can.
Yeah.
His email is crazylegs, CRAZYLEGGZ, lawn service 39, the number 39, at gmail.com. And I'm sure you can find his GoFundMe that way, or if you just search on Facebook, Crazy Legs. This guy, I mean, he's just got a motor on him, and legitimately thinking about taking a couple of his aesthetic choices and making T-shirts so that way then we can fundraise and help this guy, because, I mean, a lot of his posts and a lot of the discussion points are just showing how his prosthetics are being completely worn down and breaking and cracking, and how he's still being forced to work and trying to provide for his kid. And it's
like,
simultaneously heartbreaking and heartwarming.
Yeah, and let's not get too much into inspiration porn here either. Of course, like, this is badass. Holy fucking shit! Just help the dude out. Literally, again, capitalism breaks all our bodies down and commodifies all of us. But I mean, some a lot more than others, and those with disabilities specifically a lot more than others. So
yeah, the least abled will suffer before the abled will.
Absolutely, yeah. So yeah, we'll provide we'll do links and shit and all that in the description. Y'all have the email because fucking yeah.
Yeah, let's help Ron get new legs.
Yeah. What a cool world we live in where that's not dystopian.
Yeah. Yeah, that's how bad the world is. That is our uplifting news section.
Not to quote the very good movie that's coming out soon, The Joker, but we live in a society where you aren't even fucking guaranteed your own goddamn legs. So, yep.
It's wonderful times all the way through. Gotta love it. It's beautiful. This is a fantastic world that we live in. That means it's time for voicemails.
Yeah.
Yes.
My favorite part, where people yell at us.
Guess what, guys? We asked people, we were like, hey, shoot us a voicemail or a DM. Ask us your questions. We're really just putting it out there, seeing, if we laid our hearts bare, what exactly would be popping up. And
nobody
as it
responded.
turns out, no one left us a voicemail, but we did get 2 questions via Twitter. And
cool.
honestly, that works out better for us.
We know all us millennials, we're all shy on the phone. We get it.
Yeah. I mean,
feel free to fax
in
your questions if you want. Nobody's gonna.
Yeah, so we'll take a look at 2 of them today. And the first one comes from Tabitha at Morning X Rose, mourning as in the state of mourning, being sad, asked, what book cult do y'all think the candidates would belong to?
All Harry Potter.
Oh, no,
You're
come on.
Just going straight down the line, all Harry Potter? That's a lazy answer. It's right, but it's lazy.
Yeah. That's kind of like saying, well, who do you think is going to win the Super Bowl? And going, New England Patriots. Like, okay, cool.
All right,
now,
of course, yes, we know they're gonna.
Yeah, taking that one off the table though.
All right, Zach, you have to be brave and interesting. Goddammit.
I could totally see Mayo Pete being real into Infinite Jest.
Oh,
Both.
I was gonna say Pete was into the Twilight series, the books though, not the movies.
Of course, very, very patrician about specifically the books. He was into the books before the movies were made, and nobody fucking appreciates him for that.
Yep.
Tabitha's suggestion is that Amy Klobuchar would be a fan of the 50 Shades book series, which I think absolutely.
I feel like that as much as it is like the, sexual anthem, so to speak, for, every soccer mom in the country, it's also very much the same for, the professional managerial class who, they just never figured out what humans having sex is, and this is the closest they've ever gotten,
Human sex.
He put on his Dom jeans that people wear when they do sex.
Oh no.
Oh yeah,
I taught an algorithm.
Look up Dom
man.
jeans.
Into an
I'm
algorithm.
fucking telling you.
God damn it.
I'm now really scared to search Dom Draper right now. So they're jeans, but for sex.
Funded. Fucking funded. I don't care if Kickstarter's canceled. I'm giving them all my money. for the fucking... I will give them as much money I need to until I get some fucking Dom jeans in the mail, as well as a Don Draper wearing nothing but jeans Funko Pop.
Okay, so here, let's take a look though at the candidates. All right.
If I would say if you had to do Harry Potter for one specifically, Warren would be the one. To Kill a Mockingbird for Biden. Because come on. Or no, what's the fucking sequel that came out that everybody was all mad about? Shit, I'm gonna have to Google this. One sec. This is good radio.
Tulsi Gabbard is really into Lord of the Rings.
Okay, that's an interesting one.
Probably.
Elaborate.
But she really wants to kill. She really wants to kill all the orcs, for some unexplained reason.
Oh, yeah. I get where you're going. I'm smelling what you're stepping in. All right.
Yeah.
Booker is very into Stephen King.
Who?
Cory Booker.
Oh yeah, Cory Booker, Stephen King, all the way. Biden, I think, would be into Game of Thrones, but he wouldn't really know any of the characters. He would be reading a page, lose his place, and then still keep reading. So he has no idea what's happening. But
Biden only saw the TV series, and his favorite character was the Mad Queen, and that was it. He didn't pay attention to any of the other storylines, only hers.
So you're thinking, okay, well, would Buttigieg, Buttigieg,
just call him
pronouncing
Pete.
It that way.
Just call him Pete.
Yeah.
Pete
Would
Booty.
Mayor Pete be a fan of Game of Thrones, Percy Jackson, or The Hunger Games?
Percy Jackson.
Shit.
Yeah, I get real big Percy Jackson vibes off of him, too.
I still am going for the Infinite Jest, hey, I'm super smart thing, because I think that's totally the kind of fucking thing that fucking guy would pull.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yang really strikes me as a Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy.
I was gonna say.
Yeah, that's really good. I was going to say alternately, Yang just straight up does not read fiction. He has no time for it. He's too fucking galaxy brained for it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He doesn't think
Conversely,
Hitchhiker's Guide is fiction.
Orb Mommy, no, she's not around anymore. She doesn't count. That meme is long dead.
And
Good riddance to
besides,
it.
we know that it's Be Here Now is the book that she's obsessed with.
Oh boy.
So, I think that's pretty good.
We didn't touch on we're missing somebody here. A certain Mr. Larry David. Bernie Sanders.
Bernie Sanders
Capital.
is
He reads Capital.
The State Revolution.
Fucking.
Wait, that
Now-
one isn't fiction. The
Ah,
bread book.
okay. Well, what about this? I'm gonna really double down on this. Okay. Bernie Sanders reads the Inheritance Cycle, aka the Aragon books, and writes his own fan fiction about it that carries on the narrative.
Ooh, I like that. But you know what I'm really looking for? A fucking Animorphs candidate. That's when I'll settle. I mean, I'll settle for a lot, actually. But I would prefer an Animorphs candidate. Anyway.
That's O'Rourke all day, every day.
You shut the fuck up. O'Rourke has never
Okay.
read a book in his life.
Beto reads The Inheritance Cycle and he likes it.
Beto
Bernie-
Beto reads Playboy for the articles, but he actually does. That's what he fucking reads, alright?
Castro really screams Chronicles of Narnia to me.
Yeah.
I'm dying.
I'm sorry.
This bit's killing me.
No, Harris is definitely Hunger Games.
Harris is 100% Hunger Games, but she's like kind of into it, like the whole like fascist government in it that are
Like,
bad
why
guys.
does she only read it after 9 p.m.?
Like she's
kind
convinced
of a question.
like she's convinced like if only she were running it, it would be like totally cool.
God.
Yeah.
Yeah. By the way, as we're going through this right now, the Nevada Democratic Presidential Caucus has Sanders and Biden tied, and has South Carolina Democratic Presidential Primary with Biden plus 21. So
what
guess
the
what
fuck?
candidate they think is going to win both of those states?
Guess who's heading to the liquor store?
Biden?
We only got I only got
Elizabeth
20
Warren,
minutes.
of course, guys. Come on now.
God damn it.
Only got 20 minutes, man. But I'm just gonna bust right on over there. Also for
Gonna
context,
bust one out real quick. Is
No,
that what you're?
no, I'm saying for context to our non-Texas listeners, in states where alcohol laws make sense, fucking the liquor stores. Oh, it's Sunday. Never mind. What the fuck am I saying? They're not open here on Sunday.
Well, in your heart.
I'm
they're
drinking. I'm
always
trying to
open.
drink to cope here, Kelton. Please.
In your heart, the only
In
thing
my
that
liver.
stops you from so
In
much
my
liquor
heart.
is a 5-pound hammer.
That's fucking direct action, babes.
That and hoping that
All right.
Officer Guyger doesn't catch you in the liquor store.
If I fucking no, trust me. If I catch Officer Guyger, I'm gonna fucking utilize that 5-pound hammer.
Haha, satire.
Jokes.
Haha, parody. All right, next question coming from Scatman John Wayne Gacy.
Oh,
now that
a solid handle.
That is a fan name. Good username. We appreciate you, Tabitha. It's always nice, but
That, like somebody on the
please-
internet's like fucking normal and has a normal
Yeah.
name. That isn't totally fucking irony poisoned. But also,
You can find this person at Radical Pelican. Asked, is Lana Del Rey canceled for dating a cop?
all right, I'm gonna sit back and listen to y'all's takes first because I have some very specific takes.
Ooh.
Was
All right, Zach.
Lana
Not
Del Rey
to lay things out too much, but yeah.
is Lana Del Rey big enough to be canceled?
Yes.
Oh,
Yes, I think she is.
I would say yes as well. Yeah.
Not among like our listenership because she's not, the lead singer of I don't know Slayer or
Who's
Nickelback.
also canceled.
Yeah,
I don't know if
for different
Nickelback
reasons.
cancel that guy.
Yeah, Slayer is asking us to respect Lana Del Rey's boyfriend.
Mr. Nickelback. sir.
Ew. Ugh. Gross.
I
Yeah,
mean,
so
yeah, her music is very nobody listens to that because we already knew that that's her thing.
yeah,
She's not
like,
big enough in our circles to need to cancel her. Like she was already like meh.
So that's sort of the thing, right? Is kind of what I was going to go for. Also, the joke answer is that as soon as she released video games, she was canceled because, gamer words. But the whole like Americana kind of fetishization thing, it strikes me as the kind of thing where it's for people who still throw gender reveal parties in their fucking like, parents' mansion, but kind of still want to feel like they're cool,
We
I don't
all
know.
secretly knew that Lana Del Rey is just Kat Von D with her goth makeup taken off. Is that?
That is, she's just the trad Kat Von D. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, jeez. That's a good one. Yeah, no, yeah, Lana Del Rey is pre-canceled, more so canceled for dating a cop. Not that it matters, because she's gonna have a fucking regular-ass career, cop or not.
Are you saying that she's gonna get beat no matter what? Are you saying she's gonna get like beat up no matter what?
No, no, I'm not saying that.
Are you saying she was asking
Dude.
for it, Bo?
Do not at me on this. I'm just
Strong
saying.
stance, but one strangely I can get behind. Bo.
No, do
All
not
right.
get behind that. No. What I'm saying
Violence
is,
against women is A-OK, says Bo, as long as it's that bitch Lana Del Rey.
God. No,
I wouldn't lay a hand on Elizabeth Woolridge III or whatever the fuck her name is. But Lana
that's what
Del
I'm
Rey
saying.
can catch these
Like,
hands.
No, well, not that I'm saying. Well, that's what I'm saying is, like, Elizabeth Woolridge Grant. Don't tell me that person has ever not been wearing a North Face jacket. Like,
Oof.
you know that it's just a fucking old money ass vibe she puts out. That, you know, like I would not be surprised to find out that Get Out was shot in her family home.
Oof.
Yeah.
True.
She really does have very strong girlfriend from Get Out vibes.
Absolutely, yeah. I'm gonna Google something real quick. Lana Del Rey.
I can
political
already picture there
views.
being like an Instagram photo of her on a bed with Fruit Loops dry in a bowl and a glass of milk. And then alt-right people being like, see, one of us.
Yeah,
She loves
she's
us."
our guy. Yeah. Okay, no, here are two citations on her political views. This is from July 20th, not last year, 2 years ago. Lana Del Rey has hit out against U.S. President Donald Trump, saying that women feel less safe. Good take. And that he's made it, quote, uncomfortable. Okay, I'm with you here. To feel romantic about America.
America.
Yeah, and a more recent take. This is from this is from Daily Caller. Wow, that's the first result for Lana Del Rey political views.
Donald
Lana Del Rey
Rey.
on Kanye and politics. Quote: I'm really not more of a liberal than I am a Republican.
Okay, so out of curiosity, what's a more disgusting pairing? Okay, Lana Del Rey with her cop boyfriend, or Lizzo with Frankie Muniz.
No, I support. It's you know. I mean, fucking global warming might have made it a little longer than it should be. But hey, I'm here for Sub Boy September. All right. I'm not here for shaming Postmates workers, Lizzo, but she apologized apparently, so everything's groovy.
Okay, as a massively overweight person, I need to take this platform.
Hey, dude,
real
we
quick.
all get hangry. All right, I get it. But we
It
don't
is
have
a bad look if you are an overweight celebrity and you are complaining about food to your followers.
No, that's
you
not
are
what I'm
opening
saying. That's
the
not
door.
what I'm saying either. Don't you misconstrue this. I'm not fat shaming Lizzo. All right.
No, hunger shaming is the point.
Yeah. Just order
Like-
another Postmates. You're a zillionaire.
You ever get so
fuck's sake.
hangry you become an enemy of the working class?
No.
Have a Snickers.
I've
You're
become
not
an enemy
you
of
when you're
loved
hungry.
ones and partners, yeah, but never the working class. God forbid.
Take it out on loved ones and coworkers, Bo says. Interesting again.
You know, yeah, fuck friends and family if I'm not getting fed. That's all I'm saying.
You're not my real friends or my real family.
Yeah,
it's
if you
Thanksgiving
guys
and
really
I'm
love
fucking
me-
starving.
Yeah, if you guys really love me, I'd have a slice of fucking pizza in one hand and a beer in the other. But that's not the case now, is it? And then, 5 minutes later, I'm totally fine, whatever. But,
Because
I
they
also
gave you a
didn't.
slice of beer or a slice of beer,
Yeah.
and a glass of pizza.
Yeah, but the thing is, I never fucking shit on my best friend for taking too long to get ready for dinner, to my, fucking hundreds and thousands of fucking Twitter followers. I don't know. She apologized, so this whole discourse is unnecessary because we're here to talk about Frankie Muniz getting his balls stepped on or wanting to. And I'm not going to kick shame Frankie Muniz either, but I'm not talking to Lizzo about getting my balls stepped on in front of 1 million fucking followers. I don't know.
He doesn't have 1 million fucking followers.
Yeah. Are you telling me Agent Cody Banks doesn't have that kind of following, huh?
Look, I
Speaking of
just
propaganda.
don't know how much consent was acquired before he posted a fan art of him.
Oh, yeah, none, I guarantee you.
Yeah, that's what
he's
got me
actually
fucked up.
like all jokes aside, like this is creepy. It's a bad look, Frankie.
He wants to wear Lizzo's skin like Buffalo Bill.
Oh no. That's not good.
Christ. Jesus Christ.
Nice. Nice.
Perfect.
I'd read that book.
I'd read that book for $1.
What the?
It's called a Patreon tier, Bo.
Oh, okay, I see. Yeah, shit. Actually, no, that would be a cool thing to do. As long as we're bouncing dumb fucking ideas off anyone who's listening. Book club would be neat.
The 4 people left.
Yeah, exactly. The 4 people left after we're talking about, Frankie Muniz getting pegged. Anyway.
They actually search for the word pegged in all of our episodes, and we get the most hits at this specific
No
time
shit,
stamp.
I'm entirely pro pegging. Don't get me wrong. I'm anti talking about adding a celebrity.
I'm pro peg and pro peg accessories.
Why do you think they call her Peggy Hill? But no, I am pro pegging. I am anti begging to be as in Bo. I am anti begging a celebrity to be your dom on Twitter by sliding into her fucking ats.
That was my entire plan with both Hassan and I guess Destiny.
Yeah,
That's who we're
Ninja.
Yeah, and Means TV.
Yeah.
Just like, hey, I'll whichever way you want it, we can.
That's the way I like it. Any way you want it.
We can work something out. Yeah.
And we've come full circle on classic rock references.
Welcome to Psychic Dolphin Garage, the only leftist dad rock podcast.
Hell yeah. Well, folks, that's going to be an episode for us. Be sure and catch us on the Discord. Be sure and follow us on Instagram and Twitter. Be sure, please, and let us know what your thoughts are about a Patreon, if y'all would be interested in that. We'll be trying to make a Redbubble soon. Me and Bo, we're going to get to work on going through some stuff. We got enough for, I don't know, like the Clinton weed shirt seems good. Little St. James First Responders seems good. The DSA Mattress Makers Caucus seems good. We could maybe even we'll hit up Crazy Legs, see if he'll let us fundraise. Yeah. And of course, the crowning jewel of all of them, the DSA Goatee T-shirt that we've come up with on this episode. So why not? It's a beautiful world.
This is why we should not be allowed to be in contact with each other in a justly organized society. One organized democratically by the working people, we would not be in contact with one another. I guarantee you.
Oh, I mean, like, we wouldn't be allowed to, you know.
Yeah, we shouldn't. We shouldn't be allowed to.
But
that's not the world in which we live. We live in a very different society.
You got anything left,
Roll
fellas?
credits.
Did you mention the stream?
Oh, yeah, I mentioned the
No,
stream.
I was going to save that for last, but we do have 2 Twitch streams happening this week.
Bada bing!
Our Wednesday night sports show, as well as our Friday night riff and roll. I don't know. You guys got a better name for that?
There's no theme. We're just hanging out playing video games. Come on in.
Yeah. That's the one to have a lot of fun in. We're affiliates now.
Yeah.
So now we are terrified of losing that status.
We got that Twitch clout.
Yeah.
Bada bang.
That's right.
Bada boom.
Question mark?
Just
I
say
didn't have anything better.
Just say deuces.
Give us a review us on iTunes.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Deuces.
Review us on iTunes. We're trying to get to 100, and
100 deuces.
Yeah. So
100 deuces in our iTunes reviews. Please give us 5 stars. Please don't give us 100
right
stars.
after we've dropped this deuce of a podcast on your feed. Am I right?
deuces. Thanks for listening to another episode of Psychic Dolphin Garage. Check out our link tree in the show notes so you can join our Discord, watch us on Twitch, and find our podcast on iTunes, Spotify, Google Play, or pretty much wherever you get your podcasts. Word of mouth is still the best way for us to bring this weird leftist show to as many people as we possibly can. So if you like the episode, please share it with someone. Anyone. Just one other person at your school or office or parole hearing who you think might like what we do. We trust your judgment. Go ahead and also follow us on Twitter and Instagram at Dolphin Garage. Our music is provided by Amoeba Crew. Find them on Twitter at Amoeba Crew. You can find the link to their YouTube page in our episode description.